The Supreme Court has reserved its order in the case where the Karnataka government has challenged the bail that has been given to actor Darshan in the Renukaswamy murder case. In fact, this is a cancellation plea that has been filed by the Karnataka government. The Supreme Court has questioned the manner in which the High Court gave the order granting bail to actor Darshan and other accused in this case. In fact, the Supreme Court has asked if the High Court dictates same orders in other cases as well. Remember, there were eyebrows raised when the Karnataka High Court gave bail to Darshan and other accused in this Renukaswamy murder case, and the Karnataka government challenged this in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court earlier as well had raised specific questions on the nature and the grounds on which the bail was granted, and now the order has been reserved. In fact, CNN News 18's Ananya joins us for more on this. Ananya, we had seen the kind of observations made earlier in the month when this case was being heard in the Supreme Court, and now the order being reserved.
Well, definitely, the Supreme Court has now reserved, in fact, its order on the appeal that has been filed by the Karnataka government, challenging the bail that has been granted to actor Darshan in the Renukaswamy murder case. The court went on to ask a lot of questions to not only the state of Karnataka, but also, in fact, to the counsel for the accused. In fact, it has also gone on to say, while reserving its order, that, there is something troublesome that it has actually found as far as the High Court order is concerned. It questioned that whether the High Court gives similar orders in other cases too, and the approach of the High Court seems to be not being vary with what the Supreme Court actually believes. The Supreme Court said that they are a little serious because it's a murder case, and it will go into the facts and circumstances of the case and then would pass a detailed judgment as far as things are concerned. However, the Supreme Court seems pretty inclined that this order somewhere or the other is incorrect in nature. So we'll have to wait for the topmost court of the country's judgment as far as the bail continuing for actor Darshan is concerned, because if at all the order comes in against him, it might be that Darshan would have to go to the jail in the Renukaswamy murder case itself.
In fact, Ananya, just a couple of days after that initial observation by the Supreme Court, we had seen videos of Darshan having a gala time in Phuket in Thailand. Remember, he's there for the movie shooting, movie Devil, that's being shot in Thailand. How difficult will it be for him to get any relief, Ananya, if the Supreme Court believes the grounds on which this bail was granted was wrong and cancels that particular bail?
Well, if at all, the Supreme Court cancels his bail in this particular case, it would become very, very difficult for Darshan to actually approach any other court to seek a bail, because it's the highest court of the country. The only way he would have is to either file a review petition challenging that particular order, but that is in fact something that goes before the same bench, or he will have to, wait for some new circumstances to emerge in order to seek a bail in this particular case, which seems to be true from the Supreme Court's end, because the Supreme Court seems to have found something that is missing as far as the High Court order is concerned, and very categorically stated that it seems the High Court's approach as far as this case is concerned seems to be pretty troublesome in nature.
Also, Ananya, the fact that here is a man who's said to be influential in the society, was in jail but got privileges that no other convicts there or undertales there got, but those videos went viral, triggering a major controversy on how this man was using his influence, his clout. Perhaps some of these aspects will go against him. The fact that he's managed to get a bail despite all this, despite concerns from the agencies that this could lead to him pressurizing the witnesses and other crucial aspects in this case.
Well, definitely, his clout, his influence could become something that would go negatively against him. And since the Supreme Court has found something missing as far as the High Court order is concerned, in fact, going as far as to say that whether the High Court gives bails in other cases like that too, as well, is something, that the Supreme Court is not really convinced with the High Court order. In fact, as far as Pavitra's counsels are concerned, the Supreme Court was very, very clear that she was, in fact, the root cause of all the problems. That is a kind of observation coming in against Pavitra from the topmost court of the country. Whether actor Darshan would be able to secure a relief from the Supreme Court or not is a question that only would be answered when the Supreme Court actually pronounces the judgment. But if we see and analyze today's hearing, there is something missing that the Supreme Court has actually found.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ananya, for joining us. Perhaps Darshan and his fans will be eagerly looking forward to that order from the Supreme Court. They now fear that it could be jail back to the star from Karnataka.
Make informed decisions with comprehensive analysis on the go.
Strengthen your portfolio with real-time market updates on the go. Create effective strategies with insightful expert opinions on the go.
Grow on the go with CNBC TV18, now streaming live 24/7 on YouTube.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV18 on all the social media platforms.